Hi people, welcome back to my YouTube channel where I cover practical M&E and project management. These are the practical skills you need when you are either an M&E, personnel or project manager. So today we're going to look at how to come up with the projects, budgets. As I said in my last video when I talked about work plans, I'll cover budgets. So today we're covering budgets. Yes, what is a budget? A budget is a comprehensive, coordinated plan expressed in financial terms of the operations and resources of an organization or project for some specific period in the future. As it's well laid out, is a coordinated plan expressed in financial terms for the operations and resources of an organization. Like simply a budget is just a plan that has the financial operations and resources for an organization. So why do we produce budgets? We produce budgets to aid the planning of annual operations, to coordinate the activities of the various parts of the project organization and ensure that parts are in harmony with each other, to communicate our plans to the various responsibility center managers, to motivate managers to strive to achieve the project organization goals and to control activities and also evaluate performance. All the managers. Three key essentials in budgeting. One, in doing your management, your budgeting, you need your top management support. You need to set clear and realistic goals. You need to assign authority and responsibility who is responsible for this activity budget. Full participation. There needs to be full participation if it's a departmental budget. You need your team, your department team to be involved in this because they'll be the implementers of this budget. Effective communicating that this is our budget, this is how it's going to run, and this is the exact amount you should be budgeting for. This is the budget ceiling. If it's a project you say to like maybe to your school that you're going to do a project in WASH, and you tell them this the budget ceiling is $20,000. So you say that is effective communication that the budget should be within that limit. In budget education, if your team doesn't have clues on budgets on how to develop one and draft ones, you may train them in designing and developing budgets. And in setting time frames for the budgets, it's very crucial also that you set your time frame for a budget, that this budget is going to be maybe for a quarter, this is the weekly budget, this is the annual budget, this is 1 day budget. Then has to be flexibility in terms of resources. The budget is over-resourced and maybe the company is under-resourced. You have to have the flexibility to reduce some of the resources to fit into the budget ceiling, or it's under and you have to add on some resources. There has to be some flexibility in the budgeting. So when we are preparing budgets, you have to look at the objectives of the whole organization or program that comes from the strategic plan. Then you look at the programs, then the sub-programs, then the activities and inputs. At all these levels of budgeting, you do budgets. You can do budgets at program levels, sub-program levels, then the activity budgets. Stages in the budget preparation process. 1, you describe the projects in preparing your budget. Then you write down the expenditure needs. You cost each item as carefully as you can in the total costs, and then you examine the total and amend the budget if necessary, and then lastly you agree on your budget. So what are the types of budget we have? 1, we have the operating budgets or recurring budgets. Then 2, we have current budgets or capital budgets or development budgets. Then the financial budgets that are including cash budget, the projected income and expenditure statement, and the projected balance sheet. So the operating budget, this is a budget that relates to the activities or operations of the organization or projects such as production, sales, purchases, etc. It's composed of two parts, a program or activity budget and the responsibility budget. The activity budget, this specifies operations or activities to be performed in the next period or year. And the responsibility budget is a budget that companies make for the expenses and revenues that are controlled by specific managers. So since not all costs can be controlled by managers, it makes sense to make a budget specifically charting the expenses that managers can control. As explained, the responsibility budget, this is attached to the specific managers or personnel or departmentals. So that's the responsibility budget. Like if it's a bank and they have the operations manager and they have the customer care and they have the treasury, all these departments do their responsibility budget, which is specific to that specific role, like either treasury or customer care or operations. So that all the specific budgets. Then the activity budgets, these are just specify activities to be performed. These are normally drafted with those in the NGO world, people doing projects. They normally draft the activity budgets for each activity. Maybe they have a quarterly budget for each activity, and then they have departmentals that are in charge of that activity. If it's maybe education or health or any program that the NGO is running. And as earlier that I explained that the operation budget, this relates to activities of the operations of the organization, such as the production, the sales, the purchases. And under the operation, just to sum this up, that under the operations where you have the activity budget, which is specific to the activities, and then the responsibility budget, which is specific to managers or personnel. Then the capital, we have the capital budget. This is budgeting for long-term investments such as new machinery, replacement of machinery, new plants, new products, and research development projects. As the name is entitled, like the capital budget, these are capital long-term investments that you'll be budgeting for, whether you need machinery, if it's a machinery company, whether you need new plants, if it's a factory or production plant, whether you need to invest in your research and development, there you draft your capital budget. Then you look at the financial budget. These are concerned with the financial implications of the operating budgets. I.e. the expected inflows and outflows, the financial position and operating results. The important components of the financial budgets are the cash budgets, the balance sheets, the income statement, the statement of changes in financial position. These statements, you look at them in accounting, but as a project manager, you need to know these statements and how to interpret them. But I'll look at that in the next video. So stay tuned. Just to pass in, kindly subscribe to my channel and share. For any other person you may know who needs this knowledge, please share this video. And when you subscribe and share and like, it supports me and my channel, and it helps me to grow my channel. So please like, share, and subscribe to my videos. So major tasks to perform in respect of managing project funds. 1, determining the requirement for funds to the service the needs of the scheduled activities during a defined period. 2, controlling the project through the allocation of project funds to the different activities and then making adjustments in the allocation of funds. So when you're managing your project funds, 1, you have to, as a project manager, determine how much funds you may need in a scheduled period of time. So you're doing maybe a project for, you're constructing a house, then you may say, like, I need maybe 300 period to finish this house in 6 months. Then Then you as a project manager, you have to control the allocation of these project funds that are, so this is our budget for this house, and I'll have to give installments for each phase of the house. Maybe if they're doing the foundation, then the building, then they're doing the shrubs, then they're doing the roofing. At each stage, you're controlling the allocation of these funds to the particular activities of the project. If then you may need to make adjustments in the allocation of funds between the activities during the planned time period. If something needs to be adjusted, you as a project manager have to make that decision that I may need to adjust in this allocation. These funds may be reduced or increased depending. The advantages of having a budget system. It can be directly linked to the implementation planning exercise and therefore directly reflect the objectives of the project. The organization structure of the project is defined in terms of zones of financial responsibility under the budget, and each project subsection is involved in determining its own objectives and work program through the exercise. So I have a general budget format here, and in it we have it includes the project objectives, project activities, project inputs, quantity, unit of measure, unit price or cost, amount, total cost, time frame, responsible persons, and the budget notes. So this is a general format, but in your individual companies or your individual roles, you have specific budget templates to use, and there are so many templates. But the key things are the objectives, your inputs, your quantity, your unit of measure, price, the cost, and the responsible personnel in any budget template. So I have mine here where I have the votes. If you're using a vote system, the items, the quantity, the cost, the rate, and the amount. So this is an activity budget. This is just a sample where I have the name of the activity, the objective of the activity, the expected output for the activity, the venue, the responsible personnel or department, and the date. So this is just a sample activity budget. But this has been it about budgeting. Thank you very much for subscribing, for liking my channel. Kindly share more. Let's make it 50 and more subscribers. If you know any person that is interested in such content, please share, like, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you again. Thank you very much.